Week number 7. Is it 7 heaven for West Ham United today? Probably, hopefully, maybe, probably, possibly, yes, it is. Welcome into another watch along on the Chef United way. I am the hostess with the mostest, Chad, as you know. Welcome back in those watching all over the world. The mighty blades, the blunted, very blunted blades have another game as usual. 31 more games and we're out of this godforsaken league. Thank God. Yeah, West Ham United away, London Stadium, probably going to lose. No chance in hell that we win, but it is what it is, so I'll still bring you the commentary. I am joined, as always, by Mr. Captain Costa, Robert Kitson. Robert, how are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Change of scenery. Hopefully change the luck. I'm not superstitious at all, but, I changed the shirt. I'm sitting in a different spot. We may have to switch sides of the watch along. I don't know if you leave, I join in just to mix it up a bit, but no, we'll be fine. Yeah, good to be here today. Yeah, not a very great result last week, but we tried to make the most of it. We'll make the most of whatever happens today, but at least we got McBurney back. Let's just start the broadcast off with the top, the best, most positive thing we can say. McBurney's back. Something you'd never say 2 years ago. And that's your most positive thing, but
right. I will. Well, might as well just lead into it. The lineup scrolling across the bottom of the screen. It is the same lineup, aside from Norwood coming out and McBurney coming back in via his suspension from last week. So the same team that shipped 8 goals back out there, take one away, add one in. It is what it is. I mean, there's no one left on the bench that you're going to put in there. Traore, he doesn't even belong in this league. Brewster coming back from injury, so he won't play maybe but 10 minutes if he gets in, if we're down 4 or 5-0. Larucci's been miles off it. Basham's old, trusty. JLT's got that shirt laid or hammered down, so Trusty will not be coming into the side anytime soon. So yeah, there's your best 11, and I don't think we see too many subs second half. Maybe, I don't know, Slimani maybe coming. I don't know. You don't really. I mean, you have 11 players, and that's about it. We have what is this? 2, 4, 8 bench players that probably don't need to be playing. So yeah, that's where we're at. Your thoughts on the same lineup, aside from McBurney, that got hammered 8-0.
Yeah, it's tough because we talked last week and listened to all the commentary, the podcast, scrolling through social media all week. It's fair to say that part of the battle last week was mentality and mistakes. And so to say that we need a wholesale chop and change of the starting 11, on paper, it might make sense to have that kind of reaction when you lose 8-0. But really, the quality that we have in the starting 11, minus putting McBurney back in there, is our top quality starting 11. You can't really tell me at any of those positions that there's someone better to be playing there from a pure quality of talent standpoint. So yeah, you'd like to have been able to see more changes to get a little bit more fire under the players. Say, hey, you guys sucked. We're going to try these guys. But trying the other guys probably puts us in the same situation where we're at risk of a massive thumping. So I honestly think this is the best thing for us. Just give the guys another chance. Say, hey, yep, I thought last week sucked. Go out there, do your thing. We've been close in every other game this season besides the game against Newcastle. So go make it close. Let's try to see if we can get a point or 2 or 3. There's no 2 points. But, try to get the players that positive mentality back. And hopefully just the addition of McBurney can at least help us on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those deals that the confidence is all shattered, and basically they're not going to be worth a damn. I mean, let's see what kind of uh, spirit they have, and resiliency, and all the puns and all the pump up, terminology. But if what would be a success in your eyes for us, coming off of the back of an 8-0 drubbing with 3-0 result, 2-0 result, would that be something that is almost considered a win in your book? I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, we're not probably going to get anything out of this today. So, what can you draw as from this game to be like, okay, that's a positive. That's not the end of the world. We still lost, but at least it wasn't a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah. No, I would say that for me, I would be happy if we score a goal. So offensively, we get ourselves going again. Because after the first 20 minutes, we had nothing last week. And
Mhm.
then on the flip side, I would offer let's just not concede more than like 2 or 3. You go to 4 goals, I'm right back in the same spot of like just miserable. But if this is 3-1, I think that's a fair result. 2-1, even better, obviously. And I'll even take like a 2-0, but I don't want that goal difference, to be more than I would say 2 goals. If it gets to 3, even 3-0, I'm a little hesitant about calling that a better performance, really. Because I
Yeah,
think
no,
last week could have easily been 3-0 without some of the mentality errors that go into the back four. I think 3-0 would have been a fair result based on the talent gap between us and Newcastle last week. So if you get back to that point, I think we need improvement from that.
yeah, I mean, we do need considerable improvement from this side. But obviously, I'd be an idiot if said, "Hey," well, I'm Captain Obvious. If I say we need to protect the back line's got to be better. Anel and Egan definitely have to be better. I don't know what it is with them. I think they're just Anel for me, and I said it last week. I don't think everybody was raving about how good he'd be in this league, and he just looks pedestrian. Just just meaning that he is a top end championship. And I did listen to, I don't know who it was. I think it was Tufty Club yesterday. Um, to say that everybody in this side is top end championship. None of these players in this side are anywhere close to um, bottom half prem. I think it. I think it's this is one of those deals. If you look, which one of these players in our starting 11 gets in any side in this league? And honestly, I don't think any of them. So it's kind of this is good experience for these players to get their feet wet in this league. Albeit we're going to go back down this season, and we'll be back in a league that they're more comfortable
Mm-hmm.
with. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's nobody in this side that's a Premier League player.
No, that's a fair point. And when you have to really sit down and think about like club by club, if that is true the whole way through. But on the surface, a quick glance, I can't argue with that. Like every player on our starting 11 and a lot of the players on the bench would get a start in any championship club.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
But I don't know if there's a Premier League team besides maybe again Luton or Burnley, another promoted side, right? So you're talking established Premier League teams at this point. Absolutely not. I don't think anybody gets in there because even McAtee, who we're claiming as the savior of the season when he came in, he got like 10 minutes in one match for Manchester City.
yeah,
Woo, right?
yeah.
These are other players that Premier League clubs had that are either being loaned to us or were last season loaned down to the championship from higher end clubs that we now have purchased. So it's a lot of players who have success at the league that we were just in, but haven't been proven in this league.
Mhm.
And I think that's going to be where the struggles come this season is just less players with proven experience other than Norwood, Egan, Basham, Baldock, the players who were with us the last time we were up. And we saw what happened the last season that we were here. So it certainly is going to be an uphill battle the whole season through. You just got to trust that as the season goes on, the players gain that experience, they gain how you need to play in this league, and we start putting together at least positive results, if not, a string of wins at some point.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's gonna be few and far between that we get those wins. But obviously, I mean, we're gonna win at some point. I mean, there's too many variables that go in that we're gonna have. We'll put it all together and get one or two, maybe even 3 wins this year.
Mhm.
I'm really curious to see how things go against, on Boxing Day when we face Luton. Other teams in and around the bottom, maybe Bournemouth, even Wolves. I think Wolves are in a couple weeks after the international break. So, Scott brought this up, the infamous, he said, incoming 4-0 loss in a tweet of the corner flag. I guess we might as well talk about this. He doesn't, in my opinion, he's just going to be the scapegoat because of all the mounting pressure, blah, 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 blah. You know, on the back of an 8-0 defeat. And then if we get hammered in this one and, goal differential balloons, you've got Fulham next week. Do they keep him around for next week and then sack him going into the international break to bring in somebody? Because it's inevitable, and it's a shame that Hecky's going to go because, you're hamstrung by the board and the owners and how much money we're able to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't bring quality in. We brought championship players into a side that is playing in the top division. And so for me, it's going to be hard done, but I mean, it is what it is. It's going to happen. Whether it's, in the next couple of weeks, or is it Christmas time, or is it sometime in the second half of the season? Who knows? I don't really know what's going to happen, but it's one of those deals where I hate to see him go, and he doesn't need to go. It's unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that if we sack Hecky at any point in this season, it's not going to change anything. And I'll just go on the record of putting that out there now, right? So it really is unfortunate that you had the very, very harsh result last weekend, because now he's in the hot seat all of a sudden, when before that you were looking at, oh man, how many of these results you just barely missed out on, right? Like a very fine margin between having 1 point and having up to 4, 5, 6, 7 points in the league. So that's the difference that you losing 8-0 can do for a head coach and their job security. And it's really unfortunate because I think Hecky's the right guy for the job, and I don't know who else could come in and do what he's done, especially with the players that we have and with the formation that we basically have to play. You just let the guy ride out the season, get back to the championship, and then if we struggle for half a season there, okay, sack him at that point. But in my mind, you have to give him the time and the opportunity, because we all know that this season is just to get the paycheck, come back down, get a little feet wet, get some experience with the Premier League, get our name out there so we can do a little bit better recruiting for players, and then we push again next season out of the championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you hit on everything I was going to say too. We have, our players are set up to play this 3-5-2, and there's no way around it. It doesn't. Also, it's not like a snap of a finger. We can just turn it all around, and he's going to be, the side's going to start playing for, they're playing for Heckingbottom to save his job. No, that's bullcrap. I mean, it's unfortunate that he's going to get sacked, but I just wish it was going to be in before 10 games into the season. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's going to end up being probably 7 or 8 games into the season, and it's like, oh, ho hum. We should have just, when you have the brokest prince in all Saudi Arabia, and he can't spend the money. He doesn't want to spend the money. It's like, well, you're up a creek without a paddle, and you can't do anything. So he's hamstrung. We can't bring in quality. So of course we're going to get hammered.
Mhm.
I mean, if Man City would have took their chances, we would have lost to them 7-0 as well. I mean, if you're gonna change the manager, it can't be in the middle of the season, because you have to give the summer for the manager that you bring in to change this around and bring in the players that are going to play a new formation. But I said this during the Red Half of Sheffield podcast last week. What does everybody play in this league? What does everybody play in the league below? A 3-5-2, a 3-5-2. We're not going to get good players. We don't have enough money to get good players. So there you go. It's cut and dry.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable, and it makes me mad that Heckie's going to lose his job for something that honestly he didn't have a hand in, because the players just aren't good enough.
Yep. Yeah, and I see a lot of the comments. I've been trying to throw a couple up there from the chat. Appreciate all of you guys being here first off today after last week. Yep. You guys could have all not shown up, and we would have been none the wiser. But no, everybody I think is having good comments and great points on both sides of the discussion. Offering up some names of other managers who might be able to do a job. Commenting that, yeah, truly it is at some point we've hit our ceiling of where this club can go with its current owner. And I think the Prince has acknowledged that. He says, hey, I am not the wealthiest guy. I can only invest so much money. We're fine right now, but he wants to sell the club because he knows Sheffield United can be bigger and better if you bring in someone with more financial resources. So I don't even think the Prince is like to blame in a negative sense. I think it's just like, yeah, he's gotten as much out as he can out of the club with the amount of resources he has. And so if we can find the right owner, a suitable, next, businessman up kind of thing, then yeah, I think we can establish ourselves in the Premier League. But at the same time, there's, probably 10 other clubs who are right there knocking on the door of, Yo-Yo Club, top end championship, that if they get the same kind of investment, that they're going to take one of those like established Premier League slots. And before you know it, you're going to have 20 established Premier League teams that, 3 of them are going to get relegated every season. So there's only so much I think that the investing money can do. And at some point, the league system in England itself is going to have to figure all of that out, because just having financial fair play, as we've seen the last decade or so, isn't enough to make these things better. I don't know. I kind of lost my thread a little bit there.
But I mean, okay, here's okay. West Ham play a 4-3-3 every week. We don't have the players to play a back four. We tried to play a back four last week, and it worked miserably. We just conceded more goals. And then Scott says, Hecky is the one to fail. Remember last year, and if you don't, who do we blame if we don't blame Hecky? Remember when we were all, and I said it too, we praised the recruiting staff. Now, I understand Hecky has the last say on all of it. So, yes, he's not completely not to blame in this situation. He's got probably 45%, but, the recruiting staff has to. You got Vinny Souza, who couldn't pass a ball out of to save his life, and I don't know how the hell he's starting in this team. To me, he's god-awful. Larucci, what did they see in him? I mean, so we do have recruiting staff out there. So, I mean, it is, it's a 45, maybe 55% breakdown because of the recruitment. Yeah, we got it right in the championship. But, the Prem is, we all know, is 100% different than the championship. And so, I don't pick, if he, like Scott says, he got all his number ones. He got all his number ones at a middle of the road championship price tag too. If he really got all his number ones, we probably would have spent £100 million like Forrest. But we just don't. they probably go to him here. We have this player. Yeah, we can get this one for $1 million, this one for $5 million, this one for $3 million. But they've got the guy circled for $1 million and pointing to this one and being like, you better pick this one. This is all we can afford. He's like, oh yeah, okay, well, that's my number one. I mean, it's I don't know. We'll all point fingers when it all goes wrong, but at the end of the day, we all knew it was going to go wrong, and we had been saying this leading up to it, and then when it happens, then we start to go, this way and this way, and you and you and you, and then and everybody. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, the finger pointing is going to happen. The finger pointing is going to always happen. It's not going to be one person is going to sack up and say, hey, oh, it's my fault. Oh, it's my fault. It's just at the end of the day, the manager's going to get sacked. We're going to bring in God's greatest creation, Chris Wilder, and he's going to do the same thing, and he's just going to want more control, and then we'll be writhing around the bottom of the championship next year.
Yeah. All right, so it is about that time, Chad, to do predictions, and Ollie has been asking us multiple times, where's the prediction? What's our prediction? So, Chad, what are you thinking for today?
I just think 2-0, 3-0. I'll probably lean more towards 3-0. But, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see anything good coming out. By the way, I put the West Ham lineup on the screen. I forgot to say.
Yeah, that's scrolling down there. Don't worry.
So yeah, it's scrolling.
Just read it. And...
3-0, me. Yeah, Robert. I think we just get battered again.
Yeah, my heart wants to say like 1-1, something nice, easy, comfortable. Let's go get a point. But realistically, I would think we're more likely to see 2-0 or 3-1. I think we lose by 2 goals, whatever it is.
Yeah. If it is an improvement as things stand, Scott's gone for 2-0. Remember, you got about 7 minutes before I lock this bad boy in, and everything after that does not count.
Like there's an official something, something going on with that.
Here we go. Graham with 2-1. King for a day, 2-1 Blaze. Wow, I want to get on the Kool-Aid he's drinking. Welcome back, Hasty. He was in here last week. So he goes with a 4-0 drubbing again. Man. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. This team's just not good enough. And we all knew this coming in. The one thing I just want to know who or what is a positive result going forward in this season. Oh, he's got my shirt on. That man they're showing on TV has my shirt on. I'm wearing. What is a positive? How do we put a positive spin on the end of this season? 31 games left. How do we put a positive spin on it?
I would say if we finish higher than Luton, or 19th, right? Have one team perform worse than us across the course of the season, that for me is a positive result. Obviously, the goal is survival. You always want to, spend more time in the most lucrative league in the world, so that makes sense. But realistically, and I would be content with 18, 19th place finish. 20th, I don't want to go through that again. So got to be a little bit better than that.
What the question I have, because Luton play, I believe, Everton today. If they go and get a result, that pulls them further away from us. A draw like we got, it gives them 2 points. A win, I think, gives them 4 because I think they have 1 point. Man, the bottom half of this league is absolutely awful. if we could have some sort of heartbeat and muck around and end up getting 17th, it would be it's not a giant feat, in all honesty, to get that
Mhm.
last safe spot. I mean, if we were to get 2 wins against Luton, a win and a draw against Burnley, beat Bournemouth, you're talking, I mean, 20 points might keep you up this year.
Gosh, don't even say that. 20.
I mean, as terrible as that sounds.
Yeah, I think it's gonna still be like up in the 30s and whatnot. But yeah, no, as the teams are coming out again, lineup
All the
scrolling at the bottom.
stupid bubbles.
Yeah,
We're blowing bubbles.
I
We're all
don't
blowing
I
bubbles
don't get
again.
the bubbles thing. That's fair. Phil asking the important questions today. As Americans, what do we feel about? We got Trusty, and we've seen him for maybe 5 minutes in one game, I think. I don't know if he even started like the cup match. But like how
He did,
how do
yeah.
you feel? How do you feel?
I mean, he's not. I mean, everybody's clamoring for him, but when you have Jack Robinson's been the best player in aside from Wes, why take him out of the chain?
I know,
Okay, so put
I know.
Trusty in there. What if he has a shocker? Then everybody's like, "Oh, heck, he got it wrong. You should have kept Robinson in." So I mean, heck, he's like, dude, what do you want? You want JLT's been in there, been a stalwart, and then we put Trusty in, and he were to get turned over. Like, come on.
Yeah. So unless you want to put Trusty out on the right and take off one of Egan or Anel, that's the only way I think he gets in right now, just because of what Jack Robinson's been doing. So yeah, I'm disappointed that we have an American and we're not using him for at least publicity, because like you were talking on your the Red Half of Sheffield podcast this week, it's the Premier League is so driven by the American market right now that we have an asset that marketability wise we should be using more of. It's a very weird, like, absolutely nothing to do with the product on the field type of thinking.
Yeah.
But that's where the team should be looking right now, is ways to look for the future financially, try to build the fan base, et cetera, et cetera. So that's one of the ways to do it, is to put Trusty out there in the limelight a bit more. But you cannot argue with the fact that the guy in his position that he should be playing has been outstanding for like 80% of the time, and the rest of the defense is only like good probably 50% of the time. So it's one of those, you're not going to see Jack Robinson being dropped anytime soon. And now that we brought in a competent left back like Luke Thomas, because Trusty has for the national team played in like more of a fullback role before, so you could see him out there, but Thomas is fine. I don't want to see him dropped for a actual central defender. So I don't think there's a way that Trusty gets in this side consistently for the time being.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. As my stream just froze.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going
I'd say they're
to
showing the lineups right now. Mine also just went real blurry.
Yeah, did yours freeze? I think
Yep,
it might
and
be.
now I've got a spinny wheel. Huh, that's interesting. Probably in the same spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
someone
restarted.
earlier asked the question of how are we watching this, and we both, being in the US, have access to Peacock, and we can stream all the games and whatnot there. So yeah, and then we also, someone else asked to show the stream. For legal reasons, we can't show the stream. So you get our wonderful commentary and our super unbiased take on what's happening during the match.
You still have nothing on your screen, Robert.
No, I've got David Moyes. He's staring.
Oh, okay, perfect. I have nothing. Oh, well.
I don't know how to describe exactly, although apparently it's his 900th league game that he's managed. So kudos to him.
That means it'll be a win for him.
But no, just his stare, which it's now frozen on, is like he's lost a dear friend, but he's not sure if he's happy or sad about it.
And he's not happy. And let's see. I'm going to try and pull this up on my laptop, as the game has started, but I can't give you guys anything because I have no idea what the hell's going on. So
I'd say we're still waiting to kick off on my side, but I think I was already a few clicks behind you. Also, because we didn't call it out earlier, Hammer J 1889 did become a member on YouTube, so appreciate that contribution to the channel and the support that you're showing there. So Nick and Hal and Ollie back home at the studio really appreciate it, and we also here on the Watch Along appreciate it as well.
Wow, that hold on. I have kicked off. Have you kicked off, Robert?
Just now.
Okay, so we're probably on the same amount of time. Blades are kicking right to left. It's out for a West Ham throw. And heck, he's telling everybody just calm the F down. Already. So West Ham's going to take it. Why are the games not... I never understand this. Why in the hell can I not find United's game, but I can find every other team's game?
Yeah.
Let's see, as mine just went blank again.
Yeah. So we did concede the corner from that throw in, bounced high, hit off somebody's head for us, and went out. So I too am waiting for the picture to come back, but we are probably about 2 minutes in. West Ham should be kicking a corner, and we will see the result here in a moment. I like this from Simon. All of the bubbles interfering with the stream. I completely agree. There's something in the bubbles. It's not just bubble mix or whatever it's called.
Yeah. I am too not having a stream. This is wonderful. I have it back on. I also have the sound for it in the background. Ball to Antonio, and it froze again.
So they didn't score from the corner.
No, Antonio right now has the ball in the box, and he's looking on the left-hand side. It's at Paqueta's feet. And he tries to get it in a Bowen. Good one, too. Souček tries to get it. Just kidding. James Ward-Prowse going after the ball, but it's back in West Ham's half. You anything on your stream, Mr. Kitson?
Still playing like probably 15 seconds at a time. I'm about 2.5 minutes. So
I am about 3 minutes currently. We didn't start the time because we've had issues. Yeah, my Peacock on the web browser is ahead of my Peacock on my iPad. So this is a wonderful thing. Even in the Premier League, they really show how much they love this. Okay, so United have a throw in as it froze again. And this is stupid. This is absolutely stupid. I am at... Nah, Scott, we ain't putting up the timer because I don't know what time we're on. So I think we're probably almost 4 minutes now because I'm way back about McBurney. My Peacock stream is only showing about 1:38 on my iPad.
So this is what you're just gonna get pieces of the match from us, and between all of the different devices that we're each gonna use, we'll slowly put together what this match should look like for everybody at home and for ourselves.
I've got about 4 minutes on mine. Ball over the top. It's cleared out by United. Only to the feet of Ward-Prowse. Antonio on the left. Ward-Prowse on the ball. Alvarez now on the ball, working it left to right. It's over to Soufal on the ball. McAtee trying to close down Bowen. Bowen gets behind him. Should have been 1-0. Souček had a shot, but it went over the bar. And United get let off. That was great ball. I mean, McAtee's poor defending against Bowen, and Bowen just took him down the touchline and got right around him. He was already in the box, and he just laid it off to Souček, and Souček puts it over the bar.
Yeah. No, it was a very good move, and it froze right as he kicked the ball, so I didn't know if it was a goal or not on my side here on the
It
phone.
should have. I mean, he
Yeah.
did poor not to score. I mean, the ball was right there. Jackie Longthrow gets a starter out of the back. McAtee on the ball now. Gets a little tricky. He's got Cameron Archer on the left-hand side looking for him. Ball through to Archer, and it's going to be cleared out by Zuma. Archer might come through and get it. He does. It's over to Luke Thomas, but Luke Thomas gives it away, and it's won back by McAtee. Just kidding. It's going to go out, and it's going to be United throw in West Ham. So it's been a similar start to how proceedings started last week before we got our heads kicked in. So United have a throw in. About 5.5 minutes to go. They're gone. Jackie Longthrow's probably, let me guess, going to throw this, have a long throw. Body's in the box. Anel's in there. Sousa's in there. Jackie Longthrow, hi-ho, heaves it. Heads go up. It's cleared by West Ham. Ward-Prowse gets it out. Antonio trying to win it. He does. He touches it with his hand. I don't know. It's not a handball. Free kick.
Foul given. Yeah, I think it was a little high. It was like up on his sleeve still, but
Hamer with the foul.
So Rad 5000 Animation Studio asking how you can watch the game in the UK. So per my understanding of the legal stuff in the UK, none of the 3:00 afternoon kickoffs for any league can be shown.
Nope.
So that means you have to not be in the UK to watch it. Now, on a tangent, completely unrelated, NordVPN does sponsor the Sheff United Way.
Mm-hmm.
And NordVPN has a cool function where you can change your location as if your computer is in a different country. So anyways, I just want to put that out there for anyone who's interested in a safe, secure way of using the internet. And also,
I would go ahead and say that's be safe to say that's the easiest way to watch.
Now you still have to find a stream in another country, but
you should be able to. As West Ham get us back underway here, nothing's been going on. Antonio has the ball in the box. Ball comes in. He puts Egan on the floor. Heads go up. Paqueta back in. Nice save by Wes. I don't know what happened there. It's just
they kept bouncing the ball just over too high for anybody to like specifically try to head it. And Antonio's been pretty decent winning the ball, driving past. I think this time it was Egan on the edge of the box, and yeah, like you said, put him on the floor. I'm watching the replay back there. Just made him sit down. It was
Thomas on the left hand as United have got us back on our way. Sousa now over to Hamer to McBurney. I think that's his first. I think that's a foul. Oh wow, we have a free kick, but I guess we. I don't know what that was, and Hamer just puts it through all the way out for a goal kick. We had a free kick, but we kept the ball playing. We didn't stop. And he just put it out of play. We should have set right there is where we should have stopped play, halted play, and just been like, hey, hello, take a free kick. And he just has a shot from outside the box that just everybody's like, okay, this is Bush League here. United have the ball again, Hamer on it, over to Thomas. Knocking around, JLT's got the ball. Sousa on the ball. McBurney, a little interplay between McAtee. McAtee, if he sees Thomas on the left-hand side, but goes to Jaden Bogle. Bogle, low lining cross, cleared out. That was a terrible cross by Bogle. Anel holds it up. Bogle gets it back, but he's offside.
So you're at 10 minutes or about to be?
I am about 9:50 right now.
Okay. Yeah,
Are
both
you
both
about
of my
synced up?
streams keep starting and stopping. I'm a little ahead on the phone. I'm a lot behind on the TV. So
Yeah, I
um,
turned it off on my iPad because I was only at 3 minutes, and that was when
yeah.
we were at 7 minutes. So something's clearly going on.
Yep.
It is a free kick, or yeah, it's a free kick because Bogle's off sides. Areola gets us underway. It's headed down by NL. It's a throw in for West Ham on the left hand side. Antonio has the ball now. Paqueta on the ball. Paqueta on the ball. McBurney down the right hand side. We've got a little bit of a counter. Just kidding. He pulls the brakes. McAtee on the right hand side looking for Bogle wanted it. Now it's McBurney. Now it's McAtee. McAtee over to JLT. Luke Thomas over on the left hand side. It's over to Souza in the midfield. It is Luke Thomas on the left hand side. They're saying shoot. I don't know what that was. Ball falls to Archer. It's deflected. Hamer. Not even close. Way over the bar. But I mean, still a good piece of interplay for United. Did it take a deflection? Are we getting a corner?
I think it might have, because everybody's hanging out down there in the box. So good job there to find Archer. Thomas doing a good job. Archer being quick to the rebound. Just the West Ham player diving in there for the block a little too speedily. But we've got the corner here.
Oh, United have a corner, and it only took 12 minutes. Ball comes in, high fly ball, center field, heads goes up. Souza does whatever the hell that was and heads it. And it's out for a
United.
Oh, did you see Souza cheer?
Yeah.
A throw in, hell yeah. Scott says it's Wolves 1, City 0. Just wait, they'll get it figured out. It'll be 7-1.
Yeah, so Robinson prepping the long throw, but going back to that corner, I think if Souza doesn't get up, because he's kind of like dolphin trying to hit it with his nose, the way he's arched back, I think McBurney has a shot at it. He has a much better angle to like hit it forward towards the goal versus Souza diving backwards. So, but we had 3 players in that area, so it was a good spot to put the ball into.
Take the long throw. It's actually a good long throw by Jackie Longthrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of play. I'm surprised they're not calling that as a West Ham throw-in, even though it went off Antonio. But the throw-in came in and it hit nobody in a yellow shirt, and West Ham came away with it. Now we have they got a throw in, and it's at the back now. Bogle's on the ball. I don't know why the hell we got him playing there. God, he's going to be susceptible in defense. Souza on the ball now, trying to get the ball up the field, and it's coming down back West Ham way again.
Yeah, McBurney just the pass a little bit too far out in front of him, so he has to dive to push the ball away from the West Ham player, and Archer had already turned his back to make a run, so wasn't able to come back to that slow rolling pass.
Paqueta down the left-hand side of the box. Here comes West Ham. It's out for a corner.
Yep. Quick counters from West Ham there. Got to be alert to that because they just passed right through the defense.
I mean, they just cut us open like a knife through butter.
Yeah, Bogle did do a nice job of not fouling because he could have easily gotten a little too pushy there.
Ward-Prowse to take this one for the Clarets. The Hammers. And wow, that should be 1. Wow, what a save by Wes. Great save by Wes. Nobody jumped but the West Ham players, and they headed on goal. And one hand with the right hand outstretched, West makes a save. And it's back to West Ham now. I called them the Clarets earlier. That's Burnley. The Hammers, I meant.
Hammers, Irons. I think I saw something on social media today.
This is where the game's going to start to turn in West Ham's favor, as it did to Newcastle last week. A little bit of Scottish League, East Fife over Fofar. A little Scottish update.
That's like, is that Scottish Championship or Scottish League One?
I think it might be Scottish League One. And West Ham have the ball. Hamer comes away with it. A little back heel to Archer from McBurney. He's going to have a right go, and it's just a bit outside.
Let's say West had a great save, and then the secondary header in from that previous cross or from that previous corner, a lot weaker. But luckily, Luke Thomas was in the right place at the right time, got the header to cleanly clear that ball away. So good stuff there from United on the corner defense.
It's very positive on a goal line. You know, we're showing some resilience. And West Ham will get us back underway here. They have a throw in on the right-hand side, and Souza wins it. To Hamer, to McAtee, back to Hamer, to out of play. A West Ham throw. Jared Bowen has been banging him in on the road. I particularly like this. I have it 2 screens. I have it split, and I can also hear the audio from the game in my headphones.
Nice.
And I'm glad because you can't hear it. But again, I might do this from now on. West Ham have the ball on the right-hand side. Sioux Fall has the ball. Looking for Jared Bowen. Man, he's a right good player of that. Zoomer. Over to Agard and Emerson. Into James Ward-Prowse. Over to Zoomer. Zoomer on the ball. Over to Sioux Fall. Back to Paqueta. He is some player. Oh, Jared Bowen in here, lumps it up, but there's nobody for West Ham. At some point, West Ham will be like, Jared Bowen just runs to the touchline, crosses in. I'll probably be back post, and they'll head us to death.
Yeah.
Here they come again. Bowen, he's fouled on the outside of the box. That's going to be a James Ward-Prowse free kick, and this bad boy is going to be 1-0. He doesn't miss from here.
Unfortunately, at this very inopportune moment, I have 0 stream on either device. So I'm like, yep, sure. Whatever you say, Chad.
Yeah, free kick here as Souza comes right to the back of Jared Bowen. Honestly, it should be a penalty based on the Paul Mullen deal against Wrexham last week, or last year, because he fell into the box. James Ward-Prowse is like, I've got this. Adrian, you didn't spell Newcastle right. You spelled the Newcastle winning, and then you changed to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Wesley's like, oh boy, we're gonna have to defend this one. Ward-Prowse putting the ball down here. It bounced. It did bounce. He's gonna drop it again. It bounced again. We're playing basketball.
We're still waiting on this free kick. Are they looking at it?
No, he's they're lining up. It's about to come in. It's Ward-Prowse and Paqueta. I think James Ward-Prowse is going to hammer this bad boy. Shot comes in, right down Wes's throat. He tried to get it to cut a little bit, but Wes played that well. He was on the center of his line. And United come back out again. Egan dilly-dally in the ball. Wes is an extra defender back there. I don't know if you can see it or not. He gives it to Souza, a little heavy touch. On the right-hand side, Anel's got it. And it's out by... I mean, Anel doesn't know how to handle the pressure, I think. Because they close him down, and it turns into, oh, God, what do I do? What do I do? He just turns and slams it off the defender and gets a throw in. We have another throw in because it deflected off of Hamer, off the West Ham player, and out for a throw. Heckingbottom's like, well, we played 20. We're not down any goals yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as the commentators right now are saying, Heckingbottom's like he's writing on his notepad. Well, let's try and stay in this as long as possible. Oh my god! Oh my god! The commentators are terrible. Wow. At least they're, I mean, probably honest.
I mean, what else would he do, right? Like, hey,
Yeah, exactly.
we should try not conceding goals. What a novel idea. Thanks,
Yeah, exactly.
commentators. I hadn't thought about that before now. Like,
Yeah, I know, right? Me
last
either.
week would have been so different if we thought about let's not concede goals.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
They thought it was like golf. If you have the lowest number, you win.
I mean, ironically, the Ryder Cup is going on right now, and it's streaming also on Peacock. So, maybe they got
Are we still
the
getting
wrong
hammered?
invitation.
Are we still getting hammered? They were getting, the United States was getting hammered.
Yeah, I've honestly not checked the scores today. I know yesterday was bad for us, but at the same time, it was great for Matt Fitzpatrick. So I'm as much of a Fitzpatrick fan when it comes to golf as I am a U.S. fan. It's kind of like one of those, your favorite player plays for a different country. So you got to do you root for that country? Do you root for your country? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't happen too often with other American sports, but
yeah. United had the ball. Sousa's got the ball. JLT on the ball. Over to McAtee. Over to Luke Thomas on the left-hand side. Over to JLT. Over to Sousa. Over to Anel. Over to Bogle on the right-hand side. JLT with the ball. Luke Thomas with the ball now on the left. He's dilly-dallying on the ball here. Over to McAtee. Sousa. We're holding the ball really well. I mean, but I feel like this should be a half an hour in, and we're only 21 minutes into this game. Down the right-hand side, here goes United. Heads go up. Banel in an advanced position. Over to Luke Thomas. He just flings it across the box. Hamer tries to get it to Bogle. Now into McAtee. Over to Bogle's got to be offsides. Yeah, Bogle is classic. Classic Bogle being offsides. I think if we would have scored off at any point of this, Anel was offsides as well as the head comes in, or the cross came in. Are you able to watch, or are your stream still screwed up?
So the TV's pretty consistent, but it's like a minute behind. The phone is the one that's like at or slightly ahead of where you are, but it cuts out every 30 seconds. So I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
Workshopping here. Robert's workshopping.
James with a great analogy, like when we had Illiman playing for Senegal, but then Senegal plays England, like which team do you root for kind of deal. So
exactly. West Ham have the ball on the right-hand side. Soufal on the ball now. Bowen back to Soufal. Here we go. Cross. And it's 1-0 Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen puts West Ham in front.
I did see that one. Yeah,
you did see that. Okay, so I have to change these.
The frickin'
It is 1-0 to the Hammers. I mean, what a build-up play from West Ham, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good build-up. Soufal on the right-hand side. Little Paqueta get Alvarez to Bowen over to Socek, and it catches Jackie long throw out. The defenders get caught, and it just across comes in, and Bowen just flicks it. So what is 24? Oh no. These shiny and claret and blue is what they're saying on the TV.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was just too much space for that pass to go into. Luke Thomas, Jack Robinson, everybody on that left-hand side of the back line had pushed up to defend, and that really opened up the little first-time pass all the way out to the West Ham right side, and yeah, that cross, Robinson made his best attempt. I think it might have even went through his legs, but you can't give a player that much time and space to cross the ball in, and Jared Bowen's not going to miss something like that.
No. Luke Thomas comes down the left-hand side. Suchek on the ball now. Paqueta working the ball down. Oh, into Antonio. Is this going to be 2? This probably going to be 2. Oh, wow. How did he not score? Oh, man. Great whatever defending. Great defending or whatever you want to call it back there. There was West was there. It took a deflection off of Nell. And Egan, Jackie long throw. We were in there. Egan finally cleared it out.
Yeah, little bit of ping pong or pinball before it eventually went out for the West Ham corner. But yeah, he's got speed and he's going to use it today. So
McBurney just shoved Antonio. That's not going to be. They're going to have to retake that one. Final warning, apparently, for McBurney. The commentators know something we don't know, that he's going to get booked or sent off again. Here comes the corner from Ward-Prowse. Heads go up. Cleared. And it's out of play for a West Ham United. Throw it. And we're about 27 minutes in. They're reviewing something. Luke Thomas touched the ball. Yeah, that's gonna be a penalty to West Ham.
I think he called it he's calling it a throw in.
Oh, throw in. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say that'd be a cheap way for this official to be like, okay, Sheffield United had no business being in this game. Let's make it worse. The commentators are so biased. They're saying on another day that would have went another way. My God, they didn't even want us to win.
What other day? Do you want
what the hell?
I don't know. If Anthony Gordon can dribble the ball back into play and score a goal off of that, I feel like Luke Thomas's hand, that he doesn't know where the ball's coming from. And it's not an unnatural position that his hand's in. Yeah.
Alvarez comes away with the ball on the left-hand side here for West Ham. Paqueta hooks it up. West Ham won a penalty. I don't think they're going to give one. Souza gets beat by Alvarez. A nice save by West. Scott with a point here. We've conceded 9 goals in 120 minutes. And Adrian might be right with 5 from crosses.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, you're not wrong, but if you take the isolated Newcastle result out, defense actually hasn't been that bad on the whole this season. Again, no loss was greater than 1-0. No other team scored more than 2 goals against us. We've had a solid year so far defensively, besides the Newcastle result. So I agree. The stat right now is bad, and last result does count completely, as much as I don't want it to. It is in the books. So
Antonio's complaining that they didn't give him a penalty. Ref said they didn't say it in my ear. Antonio's got to be offside. Oh, no, wait. Egan was back there. Ball falls to him. He just has a go and just completely shanks it. I don't know what I don't know what Egan's doing way back there, but they just let.
So we had possession, right? We're dribbling around. He's your like deep point person to pass back to kind of do your little passing triangle, and just Souza lost the ball, and so because of that, Egan was already in that very deep position. Yeah, Antonio wouldn't be that far up if Egan was further forward, because he would be offside. So yeah, that's just because we lost the ball real quick and instant counterattack.
Well, okay, Archer tries to run on one, but Zuma clears it out. Oh, Luton are winning 2-0. So that means we're the only team in the league without a win, right? If Luton do go on to win.
Burnley, I don't think has a win.
Oh, Burnley doesn't have a win? I thought they had a win.
We were all on 1 point, so.
Oh, okay. I thought Burnley had a win.
No. We're just last on goal difference,
Yeah, right. Now we're minus 13. Luke Thomas on the left-hand side. You have the ball in West Ham's half. Souza on the ball. And now on the ball now. McAtee on the ball. Over to Luke Thomas on the left-hand side. He's getting closed down. JLT, a little tricky trick to McAtee. McAtee loses out. Here come West Ham again. Suit foul. Suit foul on the ball. Suit foul on the ball. That's a foul on McAtee, and he's going to go in the book.
Yeah, he definitely got ball, but he might have got player as well. Let's see here. Not a lot of player, but I understand what the ref is going for.
I don't know if that's a yellow card.
Simon, I see what you're saying. There's been some luck and good fortune in the other matches that has definitely gone our way, but I think the Newcastle result, it probably, as much as it was like we had a bad result coming, I think it was also other factors that led to more goals than we probably normally would have conceded. So I think it's the far end of the extreme, right? You have some results like hanging on to almost draw Manchester City. Okay, we got all the luck in the world. And then the other end is you get zero luck whatsoever, and that's 8-0 to Newcastle. So we probably exist somewhere in the middle of that spectrum.
It's out for a goal kick. Ball fell well to Bowen, and he does horrible because he just shanks it. Now he's hurt or fake limping. I don't know.
I don't know if he planted weird or something, because it didn't look like anything happened on that replay.
Dig it out. Can't dig it out. Down the right-hand side, United go again. Archer on the ball. He's picking the ball up really deep. Hamer just gives the ball away. McAtee tries to win it back. Knowing he's on a yellow card, he'll probably come out at some point. High fly ball to Wes. And it's a goal. Well, it's a goal kick.
I was like, it's a goal. What are you watching? I've not lost my stream in like 2 minutes, okay? You can't pull that on me, Chad.
On the left, now it is back to West Ham.
I just said that.
It dropped out. They're listening to you.
Right. See, I can show you this right now because there's
nothing up there. Yeah.
See, nothing going on.
Makes sense. West Ham have the ball down the left, overlapping. Emerson with the ball now, crossing it on the floor. JLT clears it out. Owing to Ward-Prowse. He finds Emerson again. Paqueta. Over to Soufal. Humps it up, and so Czech puts it over and wide. Goal kick in.
Apologies, I piqued Josh's interest because he saw the pause button. He was like, "What?
Yeah, right.
Stream?" Nope, sorry, still can't show you anything. Although,
Sorry.
if you look in this little photo frame right there, you can see like the grass moving back and forth, that little green stretch. So, but just know it's like 2 minutes behind because it's the TV,
Yeah.
and you
Luke
cannot see
Thomas finds
anything.
a running Cameron Archer down the left-hand side. He's going to work it into the box and probably get dispossessed, and he does. He does well to keep the ball and just gives it straight away to Bowen. And Alvarez come away with the ball again. So 10 minutes to go till half. West Ham have grown to be the better side in this one, as we all pretty much expected. Paquetar, as they're saying on the commentary, over to the left. Emerson with the striped socks. Ward Prowse on the ball. And it's honestly it's West Ham at a walking pace. I mean, this is a slow game here. I mean, United are not pressing. They're just letting West Ham have the ball. Sufel now on the ball, back to Zuma. I mean, there's passing around the back line. Now they'll work it in. Souček has the ball. Paquetar over to Souček, and Alvarez now on the ball. James Bowen on the ball. Foul into Bowen again. He dummies it to Antonio, and Antonio like shanks it off his leg. Back over to Wes. Let's see. Wow, that was a Hamer. Just give the ball away, and it's into Souček. 2-0 West Ham. It's 2-0 West Ham.
I still haven't seen it yet. Phone hasn't loaded, and I'm still like probably 45 seconds away from seeing it on the big screen. But
yeah, they just open this up like a can. So we play it out of the back, and Hamer fouls it off. It falls to Antonio. Antonio just cuts between the defenders and slots it home. Yeah, Emerson cuts the ball. It falls back to Antonio into Souček. Jackie Longthrow's not at fault because he's out trying to defend the player, and he has to run across the box to try and mop it up. And no, and it's 2-0 West Ham.
Yeah, very poor from Hamer, just kicking it to where no United player is, trying to first time it, but no one was out there besides Bogle, and the pass wasn't even near him. And then, West Ham's just going to do this quick counterattack. They don't need to do anything more than a walking pace, right? Because
no, they don't need to. McBurney has the ball here, and I mean, it should have been a corner on this. You probably haven't seen it now, but the ball falls to McBurney. He's on sides. He goes to hit it. Yeah, I don't know why. Emerson comes through the back of him. But, I mean, McBurney's like he's running in concrete. When he gets the ball, have you seen it, or did your stream die?
Nah, not yet. I just got all the replays of the goal.
Oh yeah, well, McBurney, the ball falls to McBurney. It looks like he's running in quicksand or concrete. That's 10. That's 10 goals in 2 games. The win, we still have 1% of winning probability, if that means anything. They have 94, and then there's 5% for a draw. Archer loses out. He hasn't been as good as I thought he would be, albeit he is a championship player. not a Premier League player. That should be a free kick to United, and it is. As Bogle gets chopped down, but who are they giving the yellow card to? Alvarez, I think, going in the book. Yes. Alvarez on 40 minutes.
And see, looking back at that one for Alvarez, I don't know. In my mind, he gets the ball. His legs don't really go up into Bogle. Bogle jumps over him, and the foul and a yellow. Like to make up for last week, where I was thinking that the Jack Robinson tackle was a clean tackle. This one I thought was pretty clean. I don't.
McAtee put that one straight out of play off of a free kick.
Yeah, not a good free kick from McAtee, but I'm gonna try to pretend I'm unbiased here and say that I think that tackle was fine.
Yeah, I don't think that was a yellow card.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, because he gets there first. Bogle like trips on him almost, and to get a foul on the yellow.
It was almost a good tackle, I guess. I mean, it was almost like a good flop on Bogle's part.
Yeah. Which, hey, if we can start adding that to our skill set in this league, that's how you win games. That's how you get decisions. So it sucks because it's not how you're supposed to be playing the game.
Ward Prowse comes through.
I mean, unless it's because Alvarez like lifts his feet up in the air to trip Bogle, I could see that because he wins the ball cleanly, but then as he's on the ground, he like kicks his feet up. Now that I've seen the second replay back, so maybe, but yeah, I think that's what Simon's saying here.
Yeah.
Although he was 2 feet in, he was like this and then went up with both of them, and Bogle tried to jump over.
I think most of the fans have kind of started to leave already for West Ham, honestly. I think they think it's already over.
I think they're just trying to beat the rush to the bathroom, right? It's
Here comes Sufel down the right-hand side. It's cleared out by Jackie Long throw. And it's a throw into West Ham United. What song are we going to sing in the second half, Robert, when it gets way out of hand?
Oh, I don't know. That's a great question.
We've got to start figuring out. Socek goes up for it, and he is adjudged to be offsides.
Mm-hmm.
But have a look at the Sheffield United defenders. They can't even do anything right now. That's what they're saying.
With that accent, I assume?
Poor defending. Yeah, just poor defending. We know, dude. It's like these... I don't know.
Scott's got a song. I don't know what the tune is, but he has the words at least.
So it looks like I don't know. My iPad's back to working, and we're about 7 seconds. But screw it. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to go around the grounds, and I'm going to put Goal Rush on. So, Goal Rush. Crystal Palace are winning 1-0 against Manchester United. There's a goal in the Bournemouth Arsenal game.
What time are you at with the other game? I say our game.
What's that?
What time are you at?
I am at 43:30 now.
Okay, so my phone, when it works, is like 15 seconds ahead. Do you see this like punch clear by Wes? Pretty decent.
Yes, probably. Yes, the punch clear. Yes, I just saw another replay of it. Burnley are losing again, and Man City are losing. 2-0 Arsenal, Double Blade says. I guess it's a penalty. Yes, I guess that's a penalty. We have the ball now in the midfield. Looking for Luke Thomas on the left-hand side. Caesar. McAtee. Over on the right-hand side, Bogle. Decent cross. Hamer comes back in, and Archer got like the yips and didn't want to fizz that one through.
Yeah, just good idea by Hamer. Was clear in space. That was a great cross in from Bogle, and Hamer was like, "Okay, I'm going to put this across the box, across the face of goal instead of going for goal because he didn't have a good angle." And just Archer behind his man, ball a little bit too far away, couldn't get there in time at the far post. But decent cross in from Bogle, build up play there for United. Signs of life, no doubt.
Yes, definitely signs of life. 3 added minutes in this first half. Antonio on the ball. Down the left-hand side they go. Emerson. It's over on the left-hand side now. When it's 2-0 like this, they shouldn't even do halftime. Just start the second half. To throw into West Ham. We have the ball back, but it's on the right-hand side, and we're kind of holding it up. McAtee on the ball. Bogle on the ball. He was wrestled down. Don't know how that wasn't a tackle or a foul. Bogle on the right-hand side. Try to cross it in. No one there. Clear it out. McAtee's going to get sent off. I mean, you better watch it. I mean, because he's already been booked and he's just shoving people in the back. I don't know if I do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be careful. I'd say Scott's trying to put in the good arguments. I don't know if everybody in the chat's agreeing, but you as a manager get judged on a lot of stuff. Results are obviously one of them, and that's probably the most important thing. But you have to look at the expectations too. And so if Heckingbottom and the board agreed that, yep, the expectation is we're going to get relegated this season, let's just try to make the most of the games we can, maybe not finish last, whatever kind of targets they set for themselves, that's what he's going to be judged on. And we don't know that because they're behind closed doors type of arrangements. But to say that, we haven't won a game yet. And
McAtee's been terrible in this game.
to say that we haven't won a game yet and that means Hecky needs to go, I don't know if any manager would have done that. So it probably is up to whatever their agreements are and expectations are of him. If they're not expecting him to win the league, then you can't fire him when he doesn't win the league. If they expect him to survive in this season and he doesn't do that, then, or it doesn't look like he's going to do that, then that's when you go and you can sack him. But at this point, I doubt the board has any expectation that we are playing that much better than we are right now.
Now it's halftime. More of the same, more of the same, more of the same. I'm going to turn it down just a bit because I ain't going to want to listen to them hollering and screaming about who we face next week. And we have Fulham coming up next Saturday, I believe. Be sure to join us for that one. If you are just tuning in, I'm the hostess with the mostest, C Jarvis _13. I'm joined by Captain Costa, Robert Kitson. How are you? Sum up your thoughts of the smattering of a first half due to technical issues.
Yeah. Honestly, this game feels reminiscent of last week, although I think we had a better spell of offensive pressure last week in the first 20 minutes than we've shown so far this half. But I don't think we're out of this game. I think we're showing the signs of life. It's just not what I think all we're expecting as fans. But you got to remember, this is still West Ham. This is still a game on the road. We are not at home in Brummel Lane to get the home crowd with us. So at some level, a 2-0 halftime scoreline is nothing to be truly ashamed about. But yeah, you definitely want to see more. You want to get that goal in the second half. And like I said at the beginning, if I see 2-1 as the final result, I'm taking that as a positive. But you still need to go and score that goal, because right now it's not looked as sure as we would have hoped.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it has looked terrible. Terrible. I mean, that's the only way you can sum it up. It's that's it. That's it. That's it. I mean, it hasn't. Chat row's been blowing up at me saying you're so negative. I'm going to tune out. You're going to tune out. What do you want? Do you want me to say, oh, United have the ball, but they graciously give it away to West Ham, and then West Ham politely puts it in, and we still look great?
No.
I mean, if anybody listens to the pod or listens to these watch-alongs, I'm going to cut it straight to you. We look like ass. We're going to look like ass for the next 31 games. It is what it is. We all knew we were going to be in this situation. And as soon as it goes south, everybody's like, well, you're so pessimistic. You want the worst for the team. I'm cutting it straight to you. We knew what we were getting into when we got promoted. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, or two ways about it. That's what we're going to get in this league, okay? It's a shame Hecky's going to lose his job. It is what it is. Nobody's going to keep us up. No manager out there is going to keep us up. There's nothing that's going to save us. We're down. It is what it is. But there's no sense to be delusional and be like, oh well, you're slagging us off. I can't listen to this. He's just moaning and whining. Blah 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 blah. Well, I mean, go somewhere else and watch the game. I mean, I'm going to give you my honest thoughts. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and be like, oh, my God, we look great. We're going to finish 17th. Oh, my God, you guys should see it. We look so fantastic. No, we look like a bag of ass, and we're going to probably lose this 4-0. Thoughts?
Yeah, my job is to be positive and optimistic. That's why I'm here, to balance out what Chad brings. He brings realism. He brings the energy that we are actually seeing on the pitch. I'm bringing the what could be. What if we had referees that didn't blow calls? What if we we're just a little bit more lucky there and the bounce goes our way? Yeah, that's my job. But yeah, for sure, 2-0 at halftime. I think it's a fair result. I don't think we've been close in the first half, like I said earlier, and I certainly would love to say that we're still in this match. And I think we honestly could be. I mean, you think about the McBurney chance at the end there. Hamer got really close with a decent cross across the face of goal, or header across the face of goal. So there are still opportunities for us to get a goal, but it's probably going to be something closer to 2-1, 3-1 than a draw or a win at this point.
Yeah, my question for you, and if I don't respond, it's because I've got to send a message to someone, so I'll be on a slight delay. My one question for you, actually, it's a two-parted question. What would you do in the second half, and do we get a goal?
Okay, so chat, those are our questions. So now we got to talk about this. All right, so second half, what I do is put out the same side to start with. At some point, McAtee comes off probably by the 60th minute, if not a little earlier, depending on if he can keep his cool. And if he looks like he's going to get a second yellow card, I'd take him off whenever that happens. I would probably put Norwood on in his place, and then honestly set up shop. If we can get a goal beforehand, before you have to take McAtee off, that's even better. But realistically, it's going to be trying to see this result out and not make it any worse. And then can you get a goal? I honestly think that you could. I think McBurney has it in him. Archer's been decent to get the ball up into the box, into the final third, but then he's not really been able to make a pass like that get the ball to the next player kind kind of trait. McBurney's been doing that all season, and I trust McBurney to maybe get the ball to Archer at some point. Or honestly, let's try to win a free kick outside the box. Let's try to win some more corners, long throws, and just score from set pieces, because we're at least decent enough when it comes to those. Yes, we don't have all the height in the world. West Ham is very good at set pieces, but I don't know. I think there's I probably give us like a coin flip on whether or not we get a goal. And for me personally, it's just set up shop defensively if you can get a goal or two. But
yeah, I don't think we get a goal. I think it just stays. They'll tack on one, maybe two more. This will finish 3-4-0. We haven't even had a shot on target, have we? Have we gone?
We might have. I don't know. I think McBurney's went off. So yeah, maybe not. I don't think we have then. Helen here, given the right mentality, I wholeheartedly agree with this. I try to live this every day, right? Just because it rains one day doesn't mean it's going to rain every day. So always expect and hope that there's something positive around the corner. And worst case scenario, everybody, if the positive is that we get relegated and next season we're playing back in the championship, hey, I'm okay with that, right? That's a positive I can look forward to, and just, acknowledge that this season's going to be miserable and long, but that is still a positive that will get me through the year. But obviously we would love to have something a bit more substantial to go off of in the meantime.
My God, it's driving rain in Everton, in Everton's game. My thoughts are just like, and by the way, I checked too. That's what I was doing while you were talking. We have not had a shot on goal. 3 shots off target, 5 total shots. West Ham have like 12 total shots, 7 on target, or 7 off target. I think 1 or 2 on target.
Okay.
I mean, you can't change the side either. Because who the hell you put in? Put Trusty in. Put Trusty in. See what he does. What's he going to do? Score and defend on both of them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not. It's just the quality of players we don't have. It is what it is. I mean, you can't. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse right now. As they're showing
Also,
the replays back.
So yeah, on Peacock right now they're showing a memorable moments thing of Man United versus West Ham on the 13th of May 2007. Someone named Tevez. Really? You picked this game to do that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like Peacock really hates us.
Oh, well, the whole thing is they don't. It's harder to watch. It gets harder and harder to watch over here. Hold on, I want to see if I'm trying to listen to who they have on the commentary of this little piece to see if this is the commentator that's calling this game. That's the color commentator for this game.
Oh.
I think it honestly might be. I don't know. But it's just crazy that the bias to the established teams in this league, West Ham, I mean, honestly, it's every team in London, every team in Liverpool, every team in Manchester, and that's it. They could get, now they got to care about the Northeast. They got to give credit to Newcastle, because they're going to be up there. So, okay, it's those teams that they have to be like, oh my God, we're falling in love with these teams. But that's all it is just beating the drum against us. Like they don't care about us. And if you look, honestly, if you looked at the table to start the day, it says something that the bottom 3 teams going into this were the 3 teams that got promoted.
Mm-hmm.
That just says the golfing class. Okay, now if Luton hold this and they get 3 points, they'll be out of the relegation zone. But I still think they're 17th place, 18th would be Bournemouth, Burnley, and then us. it should say that the golfing class in this division is pretty big.
Yeah, I think that it's unfortunate that there's nothing you can do as a promoted team. You have to, you're stuck with whatever finances you can get of whatever owner you have, and unless you can get that big payday takeover, you're kind of stuck to this this routine of promotion relegation. And if you survive 1 or 2 seasons, good for you, a la Fulham or Brentford, or Leeds had 2 years, we had 2 years. So that's the best you can hope for, is a little bit of sustained presence in the Premier League, but knowing that at any moment one bad season sends you right back down to the Championship. There's no way to truly become established anymore without that giant cash flow from a new owner.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the biggest thing too. We've got to get this deal done where whether we're in limbo or we're not in limbo with a new owner. We've got to get that situated. I think that's the biggest thing we have to get under control. We have to get that under control, and I think the rest will follow. I mean, until we do that and find if we're getting a broke owner or a owner that's willing to spend, I mean, that's what the club honestly hinges on. Yeah. But I mean, I think with us being a big fish in a smaller pond next year in the Championship, we're able to get our pick of the players, because everybody like, oh man, they just came down from the Championship or from the Prem. They got a chance to go back up. I'll jump on that wagon. That's the thing that kind of almost works in our favor a little bit,
Yeah. No, recruiting in the Championship is going to be a lot easier when you're a recently relegated side and also a recently promoted side, because everybody knows you have that recipe down. You have the formula for how to get back to the big time. And it's just a matter of getting the right players recruited, because you can get top end Championship all day, but if they don't have the quality or the potential to make that step up with you, then you're just paying extra money for someone who's going to ride the bench the next year. And so we do have to be careful on the recruiting side.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Before halftime, I'm going to quickly run over to the restroom to do my obligatory halftime ablutions, as how we'll call them. So I still haven't looked up that definition. He could have made up that word, and I use it to this day. So
yeah, right.
But I'll be right back.
Okay. So you'll just have me to moan and groan about and say how we suck, and everybody can say, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an idiot. Why is he slagging us off?" So teams are back out on the sunny pitch as it's raining like crazy in Manchester. I'm watching Manchester United Palace. God, it is driving down rain. Beautiful sunny in the capital. I can only imagine what's going on at Bramall Lane right now. It's probably, flooding up there. I mean, Scott, I honestly would agree with you. It might be a time for a change at system. As we are back underway, and we're going to be a couple seconds behind on the timer, but I will put it up there for everyone. We are about 15 seconds, so add 15 seconds to that. But yeah, I think it might be a time for a change of players, because if we lose majority of these players, go out the door, that's our opportune time to change formations and get different players in. But who knows? Only time will tell. As we are back underway, we have a throw in, and Nell gets it in. We've held the ball a decent amount. Sue's on the ball now. Or a Jackie Long throw. No changes by either team at halftime, by the way. Yeah, but Dizzy the GOAT, you bring this up, but we still had players that had only played a formation of a 3-5-2. So unless we would have brought the players in that Slav wanted, yeah, I mean you have to overhaul the entire squad. You can't get players that have been so comfortable as Blades keep the ball and McAtee on the ball on the right hand side. Now over to Souza, just dilly-dallying around in midfield. He gives it off to Egan, the club captain. Michael Brown, America in the MLS and NFL does not have relegation and promotion. They do not. Probably need it to make it more interesting, but they do not. That's why the franchises and the teams cost about 10 times the cost of one of these teams over here in England. I think the average team to start a franchise is almost 400 million pounds. West Ham come away with it. Welcome back, Roberto.
Hello.
You really haven't missed anything.
Yeah.
We had the ball for a decent spell, didn't do anything with it. I mean, look, it don't even look like the West Ham fans are coming back in. They might think this bad boy's over. Maybe in the halftime corridor, just getting hammered. Emerson on the ball now as they work it left or right to left. Paquetá, as they say in commentary. James Ward-Prowse on the ball. Jared Bowen. This is Alvarez. Back to Ward-Prowse. Over to Paquetá. Paquetá on the ball now. Holding it up. Ward-Prowse. And West Ham are just working it back to the way of their goalkeeper. At some point, they're going to turn and fire it back to the goalkeeper. Zuma has the ball now in West Ham's half. Souček looking for Antonio. Jackie Longthrow clears it out. Dublin is asking you, Robert, Cincinnati has not won the MLS.
Not yet. So tonight we play Toronto FC, and if we win, then we secure top of the table, which means you win the Supporters Shield, which I did a little bit of digging, and it's kind of cool. So the MLS, as most American sports are, has a playoff system. So the actual league champion in the MLS is the one who wins the playoffs. So basically, half the league goes in a mini like winner you go home tournament, like an FA Cup, and so the actual like winner of every other league in the world would be top on points after the regular season. So that in the MLS is the Supporters Shield winner, and the trophy itself is actually taken care of and like owned by the supporters group of the MLS. Like, so all like top supporters executives, I guess, from each supporters group on all the teams. And so you actually, as the supporters, own the trophy. And if the team wants to, take pictures with it or have it at an event, they have to ask the supporters group for it for that year. And so, it's actually really, really cool, the like kind of history of it, because the supporters came up with the idea of the top team getting something because it's always had the playoff system. So anyways, really cool. But yeah, if we win on Saturday, that's today. If we win tonight, we are Supporters Shield winners and secure top team in the MLS. But yeah, I love this though. The across the other side of the country, Billy Sharp scoring goals for fun. Absolutely,
Billy boy.
He has certainly helped LA Galaxy get closer to the right track for their team. And Noah, the other half of the red half of Sheffield with Chad, is certainly a happy man having the GOAT out there.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be scoring either in this side, but it is what it is. I don't think we have quite a leader out here on the pitch for the time being. But it is what it is. You really haven't missed anything. The ball's been played pretty close to between box to box. Bogle has the ball down the right-hand side. Just crosses it without even looking. Doesn't even make it a foot and a half in front of him. and go back to West Ham. West Ham play it loosely out of the back, and it'll be a United. It'll be a United throw in. I'm just writing the goals down. I forgot to write the goals down when they went in for those keeping score at home. My score sheet.
So Jack Robinson looks like he's going to take this long throw.
Whoa! Hit it! Yeah, when we got Souza trying to shoot, we got problems.
Did it take a deflection, I think, for a corner?
Oh, it did. It hit Soufal on the shoulder.
Yeah. It's interesting. He kind of jumps up and like karate chop kicks it.
But the whole thing is, okay, we got a corner. Corner comes in, headed away. But the whole thing is, Sousa's just kind of sitting there, and he's like, oh, there's the ball. He probably should kick it.
Yeah, he's very nonchalant, just flat-footed, watching that play develop. And
Egan's hurt. Egan's down in a heap on the floor. But yeah, the ball comes in, and Vinny Souza kind of just like, he's kind of nonchalantly like, he's done. Egan's done. He looks in serious pain. So here we go. Do you put Basham in, or do we put everybody who's been clamoring for Austin Trusty?
Man, I would love to see Trusty. But
I think Basham comes in.
Yeah, it's probably Basham because it's the right-hand side. You move Anel into the center if Egan can't continue.
See, well, it looks like Tom Davies is warming up.
That's interesting. Are we going to go to the back four again?
Of course.
I mean, you got Trusty and Davies there.
Somebody took off running down towards the corner flag.
But yeah, Obi-Wan, it definitely just the American sports thing is kind of funky.
Basham is warming up now.
You're the team with the best record. You've won the most games or the most points, whichever system that league uses, and yet you don't technically win the league. You just get the highest seed in the playoffs. But that's the way American sports have always done it. I don't know the last sport that you really, maybe baseball back in like the early 1900s, where you won the league and then there happened to be two leagues. So the two league winners played each other. But even then for a while, it was just like a friendly almost in soccer. And to then have it eventually evolve to the MLB playoffs and the World Series and everything. That's kind of maybe where it all started from.
So it looks like Bash will come in.
Yeah. That's honestly, I think the closest thing is
he can't even put any weight on it.
Oh yeah, geez. Is that?
I wonder if he tore his Achilles.
Because he was up in the air really high. It looked like someone kind of got under him and he landed weird on the replays, but it wasn't like a contact injury or anything. So it was kind of from that landing.
Basham Bauer into the game for those keeping score at home. Basham 6, Egan 12 off. Yeah, and it looks like that's going to be the last time we're going to see Johnny Egan for a little while.
Yeah, at least today. Yeah, I think, Chad, agree with me here. I think the closest thing American sports has to like the winner of the regular season in the league, like actually get some recognition, is honestly college sports, right? Where you play your regular season, you're declared like regular season champion, but then there's some sort of postseason. So in football, American football, you have the bowl season and the playoffs and everything if you're one of the 4 teams. In basketball, you have your conference tournaments, which you have a regular season champion and a conference tournament champion, but then you also have the big overarching NCAA March Madness tournament, which is, I love that one because I can explain Champions League to folks using that here in the US. I'm like, okay, imagine all of the college basketball conferences are a different country's top league. The winner of that league gets to play in this big tournament. It just all happens to be in one season where you play your league, then your tournament.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Fair.
so that's probably the closest is college sports in the U.S. where if you win the league, it actually means something. You get a trophy and everything.
United do have a corner. Hammer to take. And back post. An L saved by Areola. That was the first shot and only took 57 minutes. 57 minutes. And then Luke Thomas almost gives the ball away. Good back post header across the crowd. Finds an L, but Areola is there to just block him. And it stays 2-0 to West Ham.
Who did it go to in the back? I think it was Chris Basham in the back.
It might have been Basham, yeah.
Anel at the near
That's
post.
good. Wow.
Bash was kind of on the edge of the 6-yard box, crosses it back over with his head to Anel, who just gets up there, and it's him 1v1 versus the keeper about trying to see who got there first. But
they will show it. It looks... It is Basham.
Yeah, best chance of the game so far.
Yeah, for United, for sure. They've got a Bournemouth give another penalty away. It's 3-0. West Ham just passing it about. This might finish 2-0 if West Ham haven't showed anything where they've really wanted to attack anything start this second half. So this might finish 2-0.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think 2-1's on the cards here. And as long as we don't get caught out with a bad mistake in the back that West Ham can do a quick counterattack on, I think we're fine. I don't know if we score we concede another goal, but I'd love to see us score one. That would be awesome for the confidence.
Yeah. I don't know what that was from Souza. A little shove in the back to Bowen there from Luke Thomas. Let's see. Yes, I think there was a handball. Nope. Maybe it was. I'm watching Palace Man United too. It is driving absolute rain down there in Manchester. Or up there in Manchester. Paquetá on the ball now. Alvarez. McBurney trying to defend. Paquetá now. Ward-Prowse. They're not really... Like the commentators are saying in this game, West Ham haven't really... Did City score? City scored. It's 1-1.
Wait, Wolves went up?
Yeah, Wolves had a goal in the first half.
What?
It was, yeah. It was 1-1. Yeah.
Jeez.
And then a free kick, absolute free kick from, I think it was Julian Alvarez put him 1-1. As West Ham just mucking it about. Oh man, the United States is starting to come back. They've got another point. It's only 9.5 to 3.5. I think the Europeans only need like 13, right? And they win, or 12, something like that. I don't know how many points they need. That'll be another Ryder Cup loss for the United States.
We used to be good at that, right?
Yeah, a little while. We don't have one guy called Tiger Woods to dominate the whole thing.
That's fair.
So it's basically a really boring walking pace game. Zuma has the ball.
Yeah, it's really slowed down the second half.
It's getting pretty boring here.
Yeah, first 15 minutes have not shown too much. We had an exciting corner that Bash headed to Anel, and Anel and the keeper both went at it right at the near post. But that's about it. Everything else has just been West Ham keeping the ball, passing it around. They're not even trying to attack through us. They're very content, I think, with this 2-0 scoreline. Yeah. But hey, that's better for our goal difference that they're not going for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. You never know; they could turn it up in the snap of the fingers. So our relegation fodder: Burnley are losing, Wolves are drawing, Luton are winning, and Bournemouth are losing. So Not really much changing there in the bottom half of the table. If Luton beat Everton, man, what does that say about us? As United come away with it, but then we don't show any urgency, and we're just kind of walking with it. I think Bogle's been pathetic too.
Yeah, he's
Boom.
not been able to put passes together with folks.
Oh, that could be 3 if they want it. Antonio, it's cleared out of the back. Are they going to say that's a back pass? Yeah, Antonio should have scored this to make it 3. Antonio puts it to Bowen. West comes down for it, and he carries it wide, and then Antonio does whatever he does.
Yeah, so this is what I was saying, right? A mistake, a loose pass at the back, and West Ham are poised and ready to counterattack on that. And we get lucky that ball ricochets to the right players there for West to eventually collect it. But this is what the sleepy walking pace of West Ham just passing it around can do, is our players start to lull and we start to get complacent with the way things are going. And next thing you know, it's 3-0, it's 4-0. So we do have to, I don't know, get the fire under the guys' butts somehow. I don't know.
Who do you think Tom Davies comes on for?
It's got to be McAtee. He's got the card, but I don't like that change. But I think it.
Oh, he just rifled one in there. That was off the face of somebody. Who did that rifle off the face of? Are we gonna make the change now? Oh no, we won't. We'll take the throw in. And we go too quick, per usual, and lose the ball. Bowen gets breathed on, goes down. It's a free kick. And it's a free kick to West Ham. Surprised they made the change.
Yeah.
Apparently you don't want to. You got a friend in me.
Do, do, do.
You got a friend in me. That's off the back of that NFL game being in Toy Story mode tomorrow.
Yeah. I was like, where did that come from? Oh, that's right. That's right. We did talk about that earlier.
We did talk about that prior to lead up.
Yeah.
West Ham down the right-hand side. They go. Sioux Fall on the right-hand side. He's going to have a chance. No! They've let Sheffield United put all their players on the pitch. So there's 18 players on the pitch, and we have 2 goalkeepers. I still think we'd lose. West Ham have a corner now.
Yeah. I think it was Luke Thomas got the leg out there and deflected the cross out for the corner.
You know what the crazy thing is, too? Everybody's just now noticing that Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday suck terribly in these leagues. But where was the praise last year when both teams were killing it in their leagues? Corner's going to come in, clear it out. Only to as far as Ward-Prowse, he's going to swing it in again. Heads go up. Wes. We haven't seen Wes drop one yet. Roy Hodgson, I don't know how in the hell he's still a manager. He's got to be. He was in the First World War.
Yeah, I don't know how he's still alive. Is this a better question?
Yeah, dude, he's what? Like, he's got to be like 90. West Ham get the ball back again. So you guys really aren't missing anything.
So Scott's calling for Brewster and Slimani. I agree. Getting Brewster might be fun. Putting him out there for a little bit. Slimani for McAtee would be interesting. Not sure who Tom Davies goes in for at this point, but
yeah, I don't.
I think Brewster for Archer. That would be mine.
Get Brewster on and let him pull up for his hamstring injury again. Put him back on the sidelines for another year.
It would certainly happen, knowing our
100%.
luck and his luck. But
100%. If he comes on, I think this year I'd set the total under/over that Brewster plays in games 3.
Nope, right here. Score 1 goal and get injured.
West Ham look like they're going to make a change too. Yeah, I mean Adrian is right. It's only been 12 months since he saw the bench. I mean, it's almost coming up to a year since he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. The Crystal Palace Manchester United game is way more interesting than this. United just missed one. It hit the bar. Or Manchester United just missed one. Tagged the bar. Ball comes in and it's wide from Egard. Wolves are winning.
Did they get back up front?
Yeah, there's a goal. Yes, Dublin, I will be watching Georgia. Probably inevitably lose to Auburn today. Here's the goal at we'll go to the Molyneux. Ball comes in from the right-hand side, takes a deflection, and it's the trailer that's going to nope, never mind, just kidding. A little tricky trick play in there. Yeah. That Asian player they have has been really good. I don't know who the goal scorer is, but he's been killing it for Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible that I'm watching other games. I mean, this game we're watching right now is just absolutely boring. What's the ref want here? There's still 23 minutes left of this game. What the hell? And then we're going to be added time, so it'll be like 6 or 8 minutes. It's like, come on, dude. McBurney holds the ball up. Nope, he gets in Archer's way. Here come West Ham down the other way. It's a foot race between Bowen and Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas wins out. He does have some speed. West gives it to Mr. Long throw himself. Souza over to Luke Thomas. Over to Mr. Long throw. McAtee tries to hold the ball up and lump it over the top. It's going to be a free kick. Yeah. Maybe it was Neto that scored for Wolves. I thought it was the Asian player that scored.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. I didn't catch his name, but
McAtee
I'm doing what you're doing. I've swapped over on the big screen because it was like 30 seconds behind you anyways, so no point in having two screens showing this match.
Yeah.
It's barely exciting enough for one screen.
So Tom Davies 22 on for James McAtee, 28 off. For those keeping score at home, Saeed Benrahma is going to make a change. Looks like he's going to come on as well. McBurney holds the ball, just misses it. Paqueta. Bash has got the ball now. You got a friend in me.
I know you put it. It's stuck in my head too. I'll go grab like all my Toy Story stuff. I have Toy Story shoes. I have 2 or 3 Toy Story shirts. I have a little Woody like figurine that I got when I was a kid. I have a hat somewhere in a box. Toy Story was like my favorite movie growing up. So
that was more of a Power Rangers movie. Power Rangers.
Here we go. Simon with the win. Juan Hee-chan.
Yeah. Okay, so Sheffield United seeking the spark. Hamer on the ball. We have a corner. Good late run from Hama. Yeah, the guy that's commentating this game played for West Ham, so of course, or managed West Ham, whatever the hell it was. If I was Hamer, I would pick up the ball and I would throw it in for the corner. I wouldn't kick it, I'd throw it. Corner comes in, cleared. We just don't jump on corners. We have no height in there. And a high fly ball, and Anel is not able to get it. Jackie Long hooks it up. So West Ham's going to make their subs, and we have Saeed Benrahma coming on for Alvarez. So that is Benrahma, 22. On Alvarez, 19 off. And who is the other one? It is Kudos. Kudos to you. 14 is on, and Antonio off. Number 9 off.
Antonio had a good game for West Ham today. I think he was hurting us in the first half. His pace and ability to just kind of get around us and into dangerous areas. I don't think he scored a goal. He may not even have had an assist, but he created a lot for sure.
He did. He wreaks havoc. I mean, he's a shell of his former self. In the West Ham preview I did, they still like him, but he's starting to, I don't know, fall off.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell he's not been in the second half really, save one play. Granted, the whole team I think is just sat back, but really, he just didn't really do much this second half.
Mm-hmm. Little interplay here from Luke Thomas. Holds it up to Archer. Archer has the ball. Archer over to Hamer. Hamer over to Bogle. Over to McBurney to Bogle. Just kidding. He gave it away. I mean, West Ham are just letting us telegraph our passes.
They're letting us telegraph them? Like they're
well, yeah.
back.
I mean, because they're just basically that interplay of us in the box. West Ham are just sitting there. We have this covered, and we just gave the ball away.
I mean, I see what you're saying. Yeah. They're just kind of sitting back waiting for that one pass where they can step in and nick the ball off of us, and it's a little easy for them. I'll give you that.
West Ham have the ball again, and it's just as slow as humanly possible. I mean, we're letting West Ham have the ball and not pressing them. Because if we do press, we're going to get opened up and concede a third one.
Yep. Oh, man. I'm really tempted to eat the second half of my breakfast sandwich right now, but I'm like, I want to be polite to the audience.
Go ahead. And just drive it all out just once. Just hammer it all in. From Caesar Onivoli. Here comes JLT to whip this bad boy in. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Get it in. Here it comes. Goes in. Heads go up. McBurney, a half-hearted chance, but it goes wide. So we're closing into about 15 minutes left there, Roberto.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this long throw thing is going to work out for us. We're going to get
at some point. I mean, it was an unmarked header by McBurney, too. He didn't miss by wide from banging it off the post.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was just saw the replay back. Holy smokes, that was like
it was closer than
inches from the post, and you put it like another foot, maybe 2 feet, and you get it right inside the post there. Again, we're close in this match. Like we are right there as far as getting that goal, and certainly, certainly. This match, I think West Ham.
Oh my God, Brewster's coming on. Everybody can round of applause. Trusty's coming on. Slimani's coming on. Oh God,
Slimani and Brewster, the trio that we've all wanted. And no, Simon, I did not bring a sandwich for everybody. I feel like that was elementary school rules. You couldn't eat your food unless you brought some for everybody. As far as like a snack.
Down the left-hand side we go. McDougall. Was it handball? No, it's not going to be given against us, but it was the other way around. They would have been like...
Definitely. Well, yeah, because it bounced up and like ricochets and stuff, I don't know if they're going to give that. I hope they look at it at least, but they probably won't give it.
Yeah, no, they're not looking at it. Oh, man, they are just knifing through our defense right now. Benrahma on the left-hand side here West Ham looking for a third. Benrahma carries it. Kudos has it. Ward Prowse. That's going to be a handball. No, I'm surprised they didn't give it. West Ham still have it in our box. We're not doing anything. We're not closing any of their players down. I think Burnley committed another foul on Anthony Gordon. He gets the ball. Oh man, do you have the whip around?
Yeah,
Did you see the Burnley gets the ball, goes through
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon, they give him the penalty anyway?
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, he got the ball, went through the defender, was already on the ground. Anthony Gordon ran over top and fall down in the box, and that was it.
That's disgusting. The refs must have money on Newcastle this year. Or
No,
something.
they've got to. The Saudis have them by the cojones.
Yeah, they're showing the replay back of our handball potential here, and I think because of the ricochets and everything, you're never going to get that call. Same with Bogles. That you could call both of them. You could not call both of them. I'm glad they at least didn't call both. If they called ours against us versus not calling theirs. Yeah. But yeah, no, I will completely agree. Burnley getting screwed just like us.
Yeah, Burnley just got shafted. The same play happened with Tom Davies, and they.
Yeah.
Did they give him a yellow card too?
I hope not, because he wins the ball again here. This is
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the same thing that happened in the box. So we have who do we have? Soleimani coming on for Hamer, Archer for Brewster. So Hamer 8 off, Soleimani 25 on. Archer off. That's Archer 10 off. Brewster 7 on.
Mhm.
And Bogle will come off for Austin Trusty.
How far do I have to legally be out of the picture to eat this sandwich?
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all 5 subs for United. Is that the first time? We've made all 5 subs? Oh my God! Man United just handballed it. Oh my God! Nothing probably doing there. Oh, he did get a yellow card for his troubles. All right. So what are we going to play here? A back 11. Basham up in midfield now. So we're playing a back 3, but Basham's in midfield now. Or are we playing a back 4? Slimani with the ball now. He tries to get it to Brewster, and Brewster, has he already pulled up lame? I shouldn't say that. I feel so bad because he's going to end up getting hurt again. Basham is in the midfield. Souza, it's over to Jackie Long throw.
It was interesting the way Brewster pulled up on that run because he literally, his hand went right down to his hamstring. I'm like, are you kidding me? Two seconds on.
Tom Davies to Trusty. I thought Trusty was supposed to be able to bang him in from halfway and be this goal scorer and defender everybody's been clamoring about. Tom Davies on the ball now. I don't know what kind of formation we're playing. We got a Nell way up. Luke Thomas with the ball. He's looking for McBurney back post. It goes to Basham. So snake hips, top of the box. Tom Davies. It falls to McBurney. He has a rip. Nothing. Somebody was offsides. I don't know what United player was offsides, but somebody was offsides. I think that was
McBurney was coming back on. Yeah.
But he never touched it. He didn't touch it. At least Tom Davies. I mean, the refs are slagging us off. But for Tom Davies just like slamming into the defender and going down on the ground. Goal kick for West Ham. I'm trying to figure out what the hell formation we're playing. I think we're still playing a back three with Matt Basham moved into the midfield.
Yeah, and Austin Trusty's in the middle of the three. So you got Robinson, Trusty.
Yeah,
and
Anel. Rusty's in the middle of the back three.
And yeah,
but then
Bogle,
Anel goes
Thomas.
forward too.
So right. At this point, it's 10 minutes left in the game. We're overlapping center backs or underlapping, whatever you want to call it. Like they're just going forward. You got Souza dropping deep, so he's kind of like your extra cover in defense. Yeah, I don't know. We're getting the ball forward. We're still creating opportunities. I won't even say chances, but opportunities. So it's not a bad tactic at this point, and I don't think we've like conceded defensively like we did last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't think West Ham has any interest in scoring any more than they have to.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. Yeah, ball's off the head of Trusty there. Slimani dispossessed. Here comes Ward-Prowse. He's got Benrahma on the left, or Paquetá up the middle if he wants it. And he gives it up to Kudus. Over to Benrahma. I mean, they're golfing. The golfing quality in this game is unbelievable.
I thought you were about to say they're golfing. I'm like, yeah, it's about that pace.
Yeah, right. This has been a snoozer in the second half. Does David Moyes have a heart for us in saying we better not go and turn him over again? I mean, they could have literally scored one goal in that game. The game probably would have been over. Brewster. Tom Davis on the ball. Nothing doing. That's going to be a free kick. Nope, just kidding. Trusty. I don't know what the hell he's pointing at. Souza on the ball. Little interpace of play here, Brewster, but of course he's not good enough because he's the most overrated player probably in United history. For the amount of money we paid, yeah, boy. Sees it back on the ball, but it's a walking pace. That was terrible. Back at the goalkeeper, Basham closes him down.
Man, Bash got close there.
Yeah, he did. He closed him down. Tom Davies. Who's that? Slimani had to go. And he pushes it way wide. I mean, but it's good God, it wasn't even close.
Yeah. So we got about 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in the match. Elaine.
Plus, there'll probably be about, what do you think, 7 minutes at a time?
Yeah. Also, I don't know, Simon, if we've bored them to death or if they've done it themselves. I mean, they're the ones who are not doing anything. They're not looking to attack. They're barely looking to press and counterattack. We're at least trying stuff and just not executing it well because we're not that good in comparison. But they are certainly the ones that have slowed this game down to a crawl.
I mean, there's a lot of I know there's 10 minutes left, or yeah, we could say about 10 minutes left in this, but there's a lot of empty seats in that stadium.
Yeah, it's a big stadium. I don't know if they're that big of a club as far as a fan base goes. Because you're one of a 1,000 teams in London, so
yeah, right. I don't know why that wasn't a foul. I mean, obviously Basham was probably trying to get the foul, but
yeah, he was pushed in the back.
The way.
I wouldn't have given a penalty, but
no, it wouldn't have been a penalty. I was just trying
free kick on the edge of the area.
Yeah, maybe a free kick. I mean, I could see that happening, but I mean, it's like, and it's crazy that we are slow getting back in like defense. It's just been pathetic.
Yeah, the one downside of sitting on the couch to watch these games is I'm slumped over, especially because
Yeah.
the TV's not working. So I'm like staring at the phone over here, and my back is just, ugh.
Killing you. Yep.
I know I'm getting old, man.
Yeah. I know it's
Getting
hell getting old. Slimani finds now to Slimani to Brewster to Luke Thomas. Instead of Brewster trying to complain for a handball and not playing the game, ball could have fell to him. He could have had a chance. But West Ham are playing us so condensed that like we're trying to only go through the middle, and you can't do anything.
Yeah, we just don't have the height, I think, to compete with crosses, unfortunately, and that's that's one of our strengths is when you have the right players out there and you cross the ball into the middle, work the ball down the sides, and unfortunately, we're just not seeing that right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. So we're about to do a West Ham goal here.
Yeah.
And
Also, I
almost the third one.
didn't realize we took Bogle off when we put Trusty on, didn't we?
Yeah, we took. That was a sub.
Okay, Basham's playing that right back then.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, that was ugly. And West doing a little like somersault for fun at the end of it.
Yeah, right. Crystal Palace are going to be Wolves are going to beat Man City, and Crystal Palace.
Positive here. We're drawing the second half. Gumbo's saying better second half.
Well, I don't think it's better second half. I just think West Ham came out here and just like, all right.
West Ham is content not doing anything, which is why we haven't had as much to defend. But we have had more offense this half. We'll give you that. Yeah,
it's true. I think it's just a product of West Ham coming out in the second half being like, this game's over. We're not going to really push.
Yeah.
I mean, because if they could have a third if they wanted it, because they just showed you in the last 2 minutes they had two chances.
Yep.
That's going to be a huge result. Wolves beating Man City.
Mm-hmm. Keeps the title chase open.
Yes.
As if we're interested in that at all. I haven't been paying attention to the top of the table. I haven't been paying attention to the table, period. Let's be honest. Only thing I've been caring about is, can we get results? So
Dublin thinks we win next weekend.
Ooh, Dublin. I'll take it, and I'll give you all the credit too.
Fulham do play Monday.
Ooh, so a couple extra days rest for us.
Yep, they play Chelsea on Monday. Some with the Ryder Cup affects tomorrow's schedule because there's only one game tomorrow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and then there's a game on Monday. I don't really know what it is. Then after that Fulham game, we go on international break.
Mm-hmm.
United on the left-hand side. Luke Thomas on the ball. Tom Davies. Cleared. Luke Thomas. Not even close. So we've brought 5 players on, and none of them have made any sort of change to it. How much added time? Pablo Fornals as we get 6 minutes. Pablo Fornals, 6 minutes. Who else is coming in? I think they're going to complete their... No. Fornals for who? Fornals for who? Luton are going to be Everton.
Man, just none of the results going our way, huh?
Every one of West Ham's substitution comes right into our team.
Yeah, probably.
That is terrible.
Man, it's like, yeah, the West Ham change of pace of this match has like basically created a like our pace of play is just now so much slower. I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we
It's-
play slow as is, but it's like West Ham's been in control of this game the entire game,
Yeah.
so they can control it whatever they want. So who do we get? We get Bowen's coming off.
Hmm.
Fornells. That's Bowen.
This makes
20
sense.
off.
They have to play in Europe midweek, so that's why they've
Yeah.
got European competitions.
And then Pakitar 10 off, and Marva Panos 15 on. Marva Panos. Kudus. As we are into 93 minutes. 3 minutes of this godforsaken game is left. Bash just intercepted one, but he has no control. And Brewster pulled up with an injury. Hamstring. I mean, this is
yeah, this last week was way more of an exciting watch along, despite the like.
I mean, this is absolutely boring. Good God, I'm on the verge of falling asleep here.
I know. I had a yawn earlier. I'm like, it's not even that early. It's almost noon.
I mean, golly, I mean, this is pitiful. That's why I hate this league too, because it forces we don't play our style, we play everybody else's style, so it makes us in turn slow down, and then all these games are boring.
And it's not.
Yeah, you're right, Adrian. The rest of the remainder of their bench would start for us 100%.
And 9 times out of 10, these matches are built up as like tactical battles and whatnot. They're not even that interesting tactical battles. It's more like the skill of the players in your tactic versus the skill of the players in their tactic. Which, yeah, that sounds just like I'm explaining football.
Grandpa Roy just got one. Crystal Palace beat Man United.
But yeah, I don't know. Not a fan of the game that we're seeing here today, and I think it's indicative of what we'll see for most of the season.
Yeah,
but at some level, you got to say it's still a positive result.
I mean, yeah, the fact we didn't give up 8 today, yeah, I mean, understandable, but
step in a better direction.
Yes.
And I like having Brewster back because just seeing him run around out there, yeah, he hasn't put it together quite yet, but he's got Traore energy, but he has some quality actually.
Yeah. So Monty has a shot from outside the box just because it fell to him.
Actually, decent effort. Keeper had to be on for West Ham there.
Man City got about 90 seconds left. Actually, it'll probably be another 20 minutes. This will probably be like until Man City scored, then we can blow the full-time whistle.
Yeah, they're Manchester City still down 2-1 at Wolves. And we've got about 15 seconds left in our match.
Yeah. It's about to tick over to 96 minutes, but we gave a corner away. Are they going to let them take it or no?
I'd say Susie doing a nice job stepping
Robert,
in there.
Your final thoughts as this one's about to wrap up?
Yeah. Again, step in the right direction, not conceding a boatload of goals. I said at the beginning of the game, I'd be happy with 2-0. I think I still am. Wish we could have had a bit more fight coming out in the first half, and then certainly the second half, West Ham has just forced everybody to sit here for 45 minutes not doing anything. So, yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, you're a little bit behind on this one, but they put a cross in and West got bundled through.
Yeah, I saw that.
3, and then they called it a free kick.
It almost looked like it went in the goal. But yeah, if they're saying that West was fouled there, which I certainly think he was, probably was the ball probably crossed the line.
And that is full time. United lose again, full time, and it is what? We're 0-7, 0-1-6. I guess is our record for this one. Yeah. My thoughts are it sucks, and I'm glad it's over. Yeah, on to next week.
Yeah. Fulham. Can we call Fulham a winnable game? I mean, they are on 8 points and 11th right now.
Not really. It was Man City lose to Wolves.
Man.
Yeah. So, yeah, other than that, from us over here, we will be back next Saturday. I think we have 3 p.m. kickoff again. But yeah, any more thoughts before we shut this one down, Roberto?
Yeah, not really. I think Brewster coming back might have an impact on the side. Just having a bit more quality off the bench. You saw it today. I think just the way he was running around, it looked more confident and competent than we're used to seeing Traore running around for the last couple games.
Yeah,
and certainly from a defensive perspective, we've kind of got our feet back under us. Yes, conceded 2 goals and would have liked to have not conceded those, but 2-0 is certainly better than 8-0.
Yeah, 100%. I'll echo those sentiments. So, from all of us at the Red Half of Sheffield / Sheff United Way, if you haven't done so, follow us. My podcast, our podcast, everyone's podcast, the world's podcast, Red Half Sheffield, Twitter, Red Sheffield, YouTube channel. I'll do a preview for Fulham tomorrow. It'll be out this week on YouTube, Red Half Sheffield, Instagram, Facebook, Red Half Sheffield. Just look us up. Robert, they can find you where at? Where's and out? Abouts?
Captain Kosa, right there. On all the social media platforms. So I'll be tweeting a bunch about MLS potential champions, FC Cincinnati tonight. So if you want to, follow along, it's the free game on Apple TV this week. So everybody can watch us play Toronto.
Well, I am off to watch college football for the rest of my day. Watch my Georgia Bulldogs hopefully beat Auburn this afternoon. But yes, you can follow me at cjarvis_13, where it is right about there. So yeah, we'll see you guys. Yeah, like the stream. Yeah, like the stream. Okay. So for all of us at the Red Half of Sheffield / Sheff United Way, we will see you guys on the flip flop later.